It's strange how the world moves, how reality moves, and how things seem to happen so crazy in our lives that not when you call it, it's not when you actually try to chase it, but sometimes it seems like we lose ourselves in the noise because we're too busy thinking about life and we're too busy thinking about everything else except who we are as men and why we need to have a love, understanding, and admiration of ourselves. The thing about the game that I love so much is the game itself has this beautiful rhythm to it. And the rhythm of it is actually getting away from your thoughts. Not moving too early, not moving too late, always exact and precise. And I guess that was something that I learned when I was young as a student of the game, and yet so many men miss it. So many men are not locked in, and so many men miss all these opportunities because what they're facing right now isn't actually what's theirs. They think they can pull out outcomes and things like that, and they think that they can push timing by making excuses and being lazy and stop trying to grow and not trying to learn or anything like this. But what they don't understand when it comes to reality, and they don't understand actually when it comes to the game, is that the thing about reality is reality doesn't move under pressure. And so many young men are just all over the place. They're just everywhere when it comes to trying to learn themselves. And they'll never know and they'll never understand that their true selves are going to actually unlock when they finally become a student of the game and they're finally aligned with who they are. Because many of you guys have seen this before. A woman, you can feel so good about yourself. Wake up, everything's going perfect for you. You feel good, you feel great. Everything's going good. And it just takes one word from a woman. It takes one bad text message, one, you know what, I don't want to go out on this date, or you know what, maybe another time. It's just something. It could be just something. I don't know what that something is, but it could be something. And just that one crumb from that woman can hit deeper than your own thoughts. And it seems like when that happens, it just draws and hurts so many young men nowadays. It just makes them feel like there's nothing out there. And what happens when you get hit with that thing, it seems like you're always shifting your reality, because sometimes in your mind you feel like I'm just not enough, or maybe I just should not believe in myself. And for many of you guys out there, when things do happen right for you, a lot of you guys look at the woman as, well, you know what, she was the one that made my day and I'm lucky because of her, and all these false narratives that we seem to put in our mind. And when a woman is interested in you, sometimes you would say, man, maybe it was luck, and maybe everything's gonna go right for me. Maybe it was a coincidence, maybe it was an accident, maybe it was something in your mind that you were saying to yourself, maybe, and all these maybes keep accumulated up. But the beautiful thing about the game, when you're one thought, one mind, one way, the game just doesn't deal in accidents. The beautiful thing about the game, at the end of the day, gentlemen, the game will always deal with actually alignment. That's why we always talk about one thought, one mind, one way. And for many of you guys that become the students of the game and you start to realize that my potential is outside of myself and I actually want to grow, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Because you'll realize you're not stumbling into the new you, okay? You'll realize once you actually learn yourself, grow yourself, and actually care about yourself, you're gonna realize that you were actually in a weird position as far as being actually placed in that thought that you have right now. And it's such a beautiful thing when it happens, because when you actually believe in yourself and you're ready to take that step that most people don't, you're saying that, you know what, I'm finally ready. I'm finally ready to grow, and I'm finally ready to get this. Guys, how you doing? I'm C.D. Williams, man. And this is a very special video for a lot of you young men out here. I've been teaching the game for over 30 years, man. And what I want y'all guys to know is that the game is a beautiful thing when you actually become a student of it. And I hope that you guys join in with this thing. Subscribe. I appreciate all you guys. And y'all can check us out with lives and everything in between. But let's get into what we're here to discuss. See, the reason why, gentlemen, most guys outside of the ones that actually listen to this and want to grow, is the reason why they don't evolve at the end of the day. The reason why things don't work out for them, the reason why they struggle, the reason why they're going to continuously have problems and everything, is because it's always going to be a mindset, gentlemen. It's always going to be a thought process. And so many of these guys out here, they want to grow before the seed has even hit the soil. And what they want to do is they want to tug on certain things that are not even there. And what they're doing is they're really destroying themselves by the lack of belief and understanding of who they have as men. As long as you feel that way about yourself and don't have a belief and understanding of yourself, you're just not going to grow, man. And this is not something to threaten you or something to make you feel bad or something that makes you feel like, you know what, you've got to do something like right now or some kind of a sense of urgency. That's not it at all. But at the end of the day, I realized when I was young, man, I just didn't force me. I realized that I had to slow me down, I had to understand me, I had to grow me, and all these things. And I had to wait for me to actually connect with me and evolve, to actually believe in who I was as a man and actually evolve and grow myself to be able to move and be the person that I am today. And I can't wait to see the person I'm actually going to be tomorrow. And it's a really deep thing. And I realize as you grow in all this stuff, gentlemen, you have to understand that when you start to love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself, that thought and that reality right there bends when everything is right. It has to be perfect. There has to be an alignment. There has to be a understanding of who I am. There has to be a trust and a bond in what we are to yourselves or to ourselves in order for this to really work the way it should be. And that's the only time it's gonna happen. I couldn't become one thought, one mind, one way, being anxious. I was never gonna connect to myself being desperate, and I was never gonna connect actually trying to rush myself. But when I started to become the student, and that was the only way it could happen. I had to be the student, not somebody on the sideline looking at the world bird watching, but I had to become the student. And I didn't even know what alignment was, because alignment created the vision, the sight beyond sight. But I didn't even know what alignment was, because I was always looking outside in. I was always seeing the end results of what my mentor was teaching me. I never saw that until I really locked in and actually became the student. And once I became the student, everything began to change. And for many people out here, right now you're feeling something right now. A lot of you guys are feeling confusion. A lot of you guys are restless. A lot of you guys are confused, and not even the confusion or the restlessness. It's just that you just don't know who you are right now. Who am I right now? And all the weight of the past thoughts that you have are actually holding you down and holding you back. You just don't understand what it is I need to do as a man to be able to grow. And let me tell you, man, you're not broken and you're not too late. It's just you're on time when the time is right. The time was right for me at 9. I have clients that time is right when they're 40, and they're 50s, and they're 30s. So the time has to be when you have to draw a line in the stone and realize, because at the end of the time, you know what? The time is always going to be right when you're exactly on time. And that's how it works. That's how it would always be. And if you feel like you want to just keep waiting and pushing life off and pushing life back, then absolutely, I feel keep doing it. But you're not behind. There's nothing wrong with you. Most people think there's something wrong with them. They think they're broken. They think it's too late. And no, you're not broken. You're not late. You're just what you're supposed to be right now. Everything that you think and everything you believe and everything that you are has placed you in the moment that you're at right now. It's the same thing with me. It was the moment of being able to watch my mentor do these things. It was the moment that then I came to a crossroads and I had to make a decision. But I realized the beautiful thing about the game, or this race towards the game, is that there will never be a finish line. There is no clock in the sky. There is no schedule to chase. A lot of people are under the impression that there is like something like an end result that we try to be, and there is actually no end result, gentlemen. There is only alignment, rhythm, timing, understanding, and trust of one's mind. And the moment you stop forcing that, you're going to see that you've been carrying yourself the whole way, especially the way that you think. And I'm not going to knock you, because I know sometimes you go through heartbreaks and failures and things like that when it comes to your interpretation of women. But those things were not punishments to you, and we've got to stop looking at it as a punishment, okay? To me, when a woman shoots me down, even in high school, when I was in high school and I got shot down by older girls and things like that, it wasn't punishment. I was never punishing myself. I always looked at it as a preparation to break what I was yesterday to become a better me. Again, like that tomorrow bullshit. But guess what? I had to make sure that I had to not feel like I'm whole, but I did have cracks, and I allowed the cracks to crack and break so I can expand and evolve. I had to break myself apart from everything that has happened and everything that has gone wrong in my life. But when you think about things like that, is it actually wrong, or does it go right for you? Nothing, when it comes to the game, nothing is ever wasted and nothing's ever meaningless. And everything that I am, I just had to belong to myself. Even from the distractions, the detours, and even, guess what? The nights when the older ones, they found older people and they let me go. There are times women are gonna break up with you and leave you and walk away and say, you know what, this isn't working out for you, and you just gotta be cool with it. It sucks. But to me, those wasn't endings. And I know people think I'm crazy when somebody says I went through a breakup, and I'm like, congratulations, man, because I learned at the end of the day, those were celebrations, okay? And the celebrations that I had for myself was, as long as I'm in alignment with myself, I don't do anything wrong. And if a woman doesn't want to be with me, that's her choice. I really can't get mad, upset, or angry at that. Because here you guys are at this point in time. And everything that you are has led you to the point where you're at right now, me talking to you. And this is not by accident. And this is not by luck. It's because there was something in your reality that placed you here. It wasn't me that placed you here. It was something that connected with your world that said, you know what, I've got to press this button right now. And that's the message. See, you cannot fail at the game, gentlemen. You can't be outside of it, of course, you can't. And you can only imagine who you are from the point of looking outside, but Once you actually lock into what you are, one thought, one mind, one way, everything is going to change. Because what's going to happen is you're going to actually change this weird thing, your reality. Most people don't believe that they can change their reality. They think that what they are is actually what I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And gentlemen, that's not true. That's not a change of reality, and that's not the game, okay? Most guys expect failure and things like that. But sometimes, you know what? I realized as a young man that the game doesn't speak, it shouts, okay? It yells on the inside of you to wake up and to actually believe in yourself. And it screams that there is greatness in you, go find it. And it resonates when there is doubt. And it allows you to dismiss the thoughts that you have when you don't believe yourself and things are actually bothering you. And you just feel that you're not worthy of the things that you really want to be worthy of. And it's just a beautiful moment in time and in space that for me, when the moment my reality seemed it was fit for me to meet my mentor, and that's exactly what I did. This is not about gaining new information. It was never about that for me when I was young. It was just learning who I am and remembering my birthright and remembering who I was at the end of the day. Remember that it is my throne, it is my crown, and I am not to give it away to a woman just because she has a body. And it's remembering that I've always had the game inside of me, because if I didn't have the game inside of me and I didn't look at my core, I wouldn't be here. I got myself to the egg. It was not YouTube, it was not Instagram or Snapchat. It was me. It wasn't an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy. It was me. It was all inside of me. So with those things, I remember there's nothing missing in me. I just remember myself. One thought, one mind, one way. People who don't lock in and align and not students of the game, what they will always do is they will always be out of alignment. And I don't want you guys to be out of alignment. I want this message to be for you when it is time for you to press that button, when it's time for you to do things, okay? You have got to see it for what it is, because it is a message that is actually meant for you. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but actually right now. Because for many of you guys, I don't know what's going on with you, nor do I care, with all due respect. But I know one thing, that you care enough to press that button because you were meant to hear what I'm saying to you at this moment in time. And it is just you pressing that button and going beyond that. And when you are tired and weary and lazy and down, you can always press this button. When you are ready to let that mask drop and you're ready to lock into who you are, you press that button. When you're ready to stop pretending and start aligning with yourself, there was something inside of you that said, I'm going to press this button. And this is why what I'm saying is actually for you, because it happened to me. We're all the same, not when it comes to our fingerprint, but it's how we became our pathway to realizing that I can have control over myself and in my life. And this is why at the end of the day, this is going to be for you. And hopefully these words that I'm saying are going to hit you some way. Because right now, while you're pressing this button, there is something inside of you saying that I'm actually ready. I'm ready for the game. I'm ready to build. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to understand. I'm ready to be more than what I am today. And I know what I'm going to be tomorrow. I am ready. I'm ready to move beyond these thoughts that I have for myself. I'm ready to believe in myself. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to understand. And I'm tired of giving up. I'm ready to invest in my life and in myself. But at the end of the day, the question is always going to be yours. It's always going to be a choice, man. And I just think about it, man. I wanted the game so bad, man. Guys, to get down there and scrape for those pennies and nickels and dimes and not knowing what I'm scraping for, but to understand that this was going to be the beginning of my life, not just a day, a week, a month, but actually my life, a beginning of that. From this point on, I am going to go into something brand new and something, it just is, because realities, they're so different and they're more than, it's not like a bubble like on TV. It's just a different language. It's a different something that, I get, okay, real quick. I guess the best way that you can actually understand what I'm talking about is when you actually start to learn how to drive. When you start driving, you look at the pedals, you look at the wheel, you look at all this stuff. But once you log into a new reality, everything seems to change. Your world seems to change. And that's all this is about. This is about you realizing I'm pressing that button for a reason, because it is time for me to lock in and learn who I am. And I'm proud of you guys. And guys, this is going to be the end of our video, but not the end of our discussion, gentlemen. I just want to say for you guys out there, even if you're not ready, keep pushing forward. One day, hopefully, there will be something in you to say it's time. Because we're right around the corner from the new year. We're right around the corner. And now is the time to move forward and be better than what we were, than we were last year and the year before and the year before. The choice is yours, gentlemen. But guys, if you like this video, I'm sure you're gonna, the next video you watch here, gentlemen, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you guys. Keep your head up and only press this when it's time, all right? You guys have a good one.